As a side note, Mr. Secretary, you mentioned the end game in Iraq. It's rather interesting to recall the Sun Tzu precept that said that a war should not be entered into without considering the end of that war. And I question whether that was considered to begin with. I have a question, and I will only ask one at this time, if each of you would like to share it. Is Iraq still the higher priority than Afghanistan? I think we should know what the priority is between the two, and to lift a phrase from an earlier testimony, Admiral, when we'll be able to do what we must to win in Afghanistan. Mr. Secretary?
I don't think it's a mathematical equation. I would say that success in Iraq means that we are steadily reducing our commitment, our level of commitment and resources, particularly manpower, to that theater. At the same time, we are able, under those circumstances, to increase our level of commitment and resources to Afghanistan. Afghanistan is in some ways a more complex challenge, it seems to me, in terms of how it's addressed. For one thing, in Iraq, we and the Iraqis together basically are the principal players. And so if we reach agreement with the Iraqis on the strategy, then that's pretty well the strategy. In Afghanistan, we not only have many allies, we have diverse enemies. We don't have a single adversary. We have the Taliban, we have the Hekmatyar Gulbuddin Hekmatyar group, we have the Haqqani network, we have narco thugs, we have Al-Qaeda, we have foreign fighters, and while these are in many respects a syndicate, they are not an integrated enemy. So my view, the short answer to your question is that as opposed to saying which has higher priority, I would say we are reducing our commitments in Iraq and we are increasing our commitments in Afghanistan.
Admiral?
Chairman, I spoke publicly in recent months about the hope, as did the Secretary, the hope I would have to have conditions in Iraq support reducing the number of troops that we have there and then making decisions about what we would do with those troops. That has indeed happened. And I continue to have that hope as conditions over time continue to improve. The Iraqi security forces continue to improve, both military and police, that the economy keeps continuing to improve, and that would allow us to continue to reduce troops there over time. I think the step that the President announced yesterday is a significant one and a very strong signal of what has happened in Iraq, and also decisions to make to send additional troops into Afghanistan. That there are many aspects of Afghanistan that need to be addressed more fully than just the security. We need to be able to provide with the Afghan forces the security so that country can develop. But there is a great deal more to be done in those other areas that I talked about in my opening statement. So they are both a priority right now. I think we're in a good place with respect to Iraq and being able to leverage that and look to increasing troops in Afghanistan. is a very important step in my view.